It was a sunny morning, and the market was bustling with activity. The stalls were overflowing with fresh produce, the air vibrated with lively conversations, and the colors of fruits and vegetables seemed to merge into a living painting. But amidst all the hustle and bustle, a young German shepherd, visibly mistreated and lonely, caught the attention of a 5-year-old girl. This dog looked so sad, abandoned in a corner of the market, that it immediately broke Emily's heart. She stopped, her eyes wide open, staring at this dog with a vacant look. Her mother, Victoria, immediately noticed her daughter's natural empathy for distressed animals. "Emily, darling, come here," she said, a worried look on her face. But the little girl didn't move, fascinated by the dog that seemed to have lost all hope. "Can we help him, Mom?" Emily asked, her little voice trembling. Victoria sighed, knowing that this moment would mark a turning point in their family's day. "All right, we'll go see him, but stay close to me," she replied, her tone soft but firm. Emily approached the dog, who didn't move. She gently extended her hand toward him. The dog cautiously sniffed her, his ears slightly perking up, and he leaned slightly toward her hand. "You look so sad," Emily whispered, "but I'm here now." Victoria's heart tightened as she saw the instant connection between her daughter and the unhappy dog. "Emily, be careful, he might be scared," she warned. But Emily, determined, stayed focused. She noticed a vendor, indifferent to the scene, busy serving other customers. "Excuse me, sir, is this your dog?" Emily asked timidly. The vendor, casting a distracted glance, replied coldly, "This dog is worthless. No one wants him. He's just taking up space." Emily's heart broke. "Can I pet him?" she asked, hoping for a warmer response. The vendor shrugged, indifferent to her request. But to Emily's surprise, the dog didn't pull back. He leaned slightly against her hand. The little girl smiled, feeling for the first time a spark of hope in the dog's eyes. Over the following weeks, a deep bond formed between Emily and the dog, whom she affectionately named Thor. Each visit to the market strengthened this relationship, and the grateful look Thor gave her with each meeting only intensified Emily's feelings. Her parents, touched by their daughter's persistence, began to consider bringing Thor home. But saving a dog wasn't as simple as it might seem. Thor needed urgent medical care, and his behavior betrayed the scars of a difficult life. He was fearful, on guard, and would shrink at any loud noise. But Emily, with endless patience, spent every possible moment by his side. She read books to him, told him about her day, and spent hours reassuring him. Gradually, Thor began to trust her, timidly at first. "Emily, be patient," Victoria advised. "It's a long road." One day, the family visited an expert, Dr. Louis Taylor, an animal behavior specialist. "This dog has experienced deep trauma," he explained after observing Thor for a while. "What he needs is a stable environment, patience, and consistent training. It will take a lot of work for him to feel safe." Dr. Taylor proposed a rehabilitation plan, training based on positive reinforcement and progressive exercises to help Thor overcome his fears. It was a slow and difficult process, but every small step forward for Thor was a victory for Emily and her family. Months passed, and Thor began to make progress. He played more and more with Emily, and their relationship grew stronger each day. But the real test would come sooner than expected. One afternoon, while Emily was playing in the garden, an unexpected incident occurred. A neighbor's cat, frightened by a sudden noise, dashed across the garden at full speed. Thor, reacting instinctively, chased after it, his barks echoing through the neighborhood. Emily, determined to stop him, ran after him without realizing the imminent danger. She was running at full speed, but her gaze did not notice the car approaching on the road. At that moment, a protective instinct awakened in Thor. He sensed the danger long before Emily did. In one leap, he shoved her out of the car's path, saving her life just in time. The car screeched to a halt, and the driver, startled, didn't have time to react. Emily, a bit dazed but unharmed, found herself in Thor's protective embrace. She clung to him, tears in her eyes, realizing how this dog she had saved had now saved her life. This heroic act completely changed Victoria and John's perception of Thor. He was no longer an abandoned dog, but a loyal and courageous protector, a full-fledged member of the family. However, their story with Thor wasn't over. One day during a walk, they encountered the man who had once abandoned Thor at the market. "So this is where you ended up," he said coldly upon seeing Thor. Emily, with a firm gaze, calmly replied, "Thor is my dog now. You can't take him back." The man, threatening, approached Emily, but Thor, true to his role as protector, immediately positioned himself in front of her, growling to defend his owner. "You didn't take care of him," Emily retorted. "He deserves better." The man, furious but without legal grounds, turned on his heels and left. Emily bent down to hug Thor, silently thanking him. "Don't worry, he won't hurt you again." It was then that a significant event occurred. Emily's family participated in a local animal fair, the perfect opportunity to showcase Thor's progress. When Emily and Thor took part in an agility demonstration, the crowd cheered. Thor, once a traumatized dog, now showed newfound confidence and a joy for life that no one would have thought possible. It was a symbolic moment, not just for Emily and her family, but also for Thor. The little dog saved from a crowded market had become a symbol of resilience, unconditional love, and healing. And all of this, thanks to a little girl and her determination to save a distressed dog.